here at the Northeast Racers Auction and Trade Show with a guy you've probably seen around the racetrack with a camera if you've been at any of the big races here for, geez, decades around here. Rick Young is one of the guys. He's here with Dirt Car tonight. Rick, first of all, how we doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. You?
Where's the accent from? Because the first time I met you, I was like, boy, I think it's England. I'm not really sure. Where?
Yeah, I'm from England, but I've been over here for nearly 30 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
How'd you come over here in the first place? Let's start there.
Well, I guess we came for a holiday as a family.
Mm-hmm.
1992. We liked it and applied to emigrate. Simple as that.
Okay. Where did you come to first, Canada or America?
I'm always Canada. I live in Canada.
Okay.
I'm here. My daughter's in the States, but I'm in Canada.
Yeah, down in Carolina, so it gives you another reason to come across the border. Were you always a racing photographer, or did that just happen somewhere along the way?
I've always taken pictures, but I used to take a lot in the UK, and I raced a little bit in the UK, but not serious, not big time. But when I moved to Canada, one of the British racing publications, they wanted some grassroots racing reports from North America.
Oh.
They'd already got a guy that covered NASCAR and the big stuff, but they wanted a lot of grassroots stuff. So,
yeah, not the big time, yeah.
So I covered that for it's a pretty glossy magazine at the time. It's no longer around because
like a lot of magazines, they went online.
That's right, yeah. So, but that's how I got started.
What was the first type of racing you covered over here then?
I've always been into the dirt modifieds.
Okay. So like Brockville and places like that?
Brockville, Cornwall. First race I saw was at Can-Am in Lafageville. You know, that was closer to my home where I lived in Canada at the time.
And I've seen some of the pictures you put up. What were those things cars? They got rub rails down the sides of them, and some of them have wings, some of them don't. What were those cars called?
They're called Formula One stock cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are they? Because I've seen them. Do they built right from the ground up, or they use a frame that already exists?
Oh, yeah, they're specially built frames or chassis, as they call them. But they're built for contact. I mean,
I noticed that.
There's no comparison between like a modified chassis and say a Formula One, because the Formula Ones have got to be made for heavy contact.
Okay. Did you drive yourself at one point in England?
I did.
What did you drive and how old? You were young then, right? Just like the 70s, right?
Yeah, I was 20 years old when I started. And that was a Formula One stock car.
Okay. And a lot of people, when they think of England, they think of like Silverstone and places like that and the British Grand Prix. But there is dirt racing in England, isn't there?
Yeah. I've been to a couple this year over there. And also there's mainland Europe, Amsterdam. I went to the Netherlands this year to a racetrack. They also do the same kind of thing over there.
And isn't there some series that goes, let me see, I'm trying to think of the right word, clockwise, right? Aren't there some series that go round clockwise? Like almost like a rally cross kind of thing or something?
Well, the Formula One stock cars, the ones with the big V8s, they go around the same way as what we do.
They do, okay.
Because when the sport first originated, like 50, 60 years ago, they used old American cars, which had a left-hand drive, obviously. So that's why they went round that way. It's remained. But the saloon cars, because most of the saloon cars are British, they go the other way round.
That's right.
Because the steering wheel's on the other side.
That's right. I remember that from all the British comedies that I used to watch. What was your first impression of Canada, and then obviously the follow-up first impression of America?
Well, as far as racing's concerned?
The whole thing.
Well, when I
racing and the people and everything.
Oh, I like the wide open spaces here. I mean, when I do go back to the UK, it seems sort of claustrophobic. But there's everywhere's, because it's a bigger place, there's more room for cars and people to get around. But as for the racing, the first thing that I noticed and took a long time to get used to was the cautions, because I've been used to contact racing. Why
are they stopping a race? He just spun out, right? That's no big deal.
If you spin out on the corners, you're tough luck. You sit there. So that took a bit of getting used to.
Okay. Obviously, you liked it and stuck around, or you wouldn't have stayed here, right?
When I saw my first dirt modified race at Can-Am, that was it.
Oh, once you saw him, you said, I like this.
I know what I'm going to be following.
And what year would that have been, roughly? Early 90s?
1995.
Okay. So you found a whole other thing you didn't even know exist, and it literally changed your life.
Yeah, turned things around.
Are race people the same in England as they are in Canada and here?
I think
race people are race people?
Wherever you go in the world, most racing people are the same. They're same kind of friendly people.
Yeah, they'll help each other out unless you really mess me over.
The way it is.
Okay. What are you doing now? Taking photos for area and other publications?
Well, I'm going to the banquet tonight to see the presentations.
Oh, you are going to be there? Okay, so will we. Okay. Obviously, you'll be dressed the same, right? So.
I found the suit somewhere.
Okay.
I got the cobwebs off it.
I had to dig my jacket out. It only comes out once a year, so
that's right.
that's about it for me too, Rick. So, well, I've known you for years. I've wanted to do this for a long time, and somewhere down the road, we'll get some old pictures of yours from somewhere. We'll do kind of a narration because I loved seeing the pictures that he did. Rick helped me out when I had my Doug's Dirt Diary website, Rick at the Races. I know you missed doing that. So.
Well, actually, it was your site, Doug's Dirt Diary, that gave us the idea of doing Rick at the Races. Yeah.
No kid.
Yeah, it was because you started that. And, that was how it derived.
Well, I'm glad to know that.
Do one,
yeah, and you were going to so many races, it wasn't even funny. So, all right. And one of these times, when you're down here and you're down here for a little longer, you can spend a night with us. You and I are going to have some beverages and share some off-camera stuff that I'm sure will be even better than what we're doing right now. So, Rick, thank you for all you do for the sport. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Doug.
Hit the like, subscribe, hit that bluey, and you take care of yourself. And I admire your work. Thank you.
Thank you.